into Power Apps, there's a lot of ways to do it. So what we normally do is we will go to our portal.office.com, right? And then we will see a handful of icons. And I'm going to zoom in straight into Power Apps, right? Let me click into Power Apps. So again, from Jonathan's scenario is a lot of new onboarding customers, right, already have O365 or M365 in this case. And then they have all these tools available. So Power Apps, once they click into it, they will see a wonderful screen. It's straightforward. One is you can build your app fast, and then you can build with connectors. You can make your own. So the idea of Microsoft is to have Power Apps as the interface, right? That's the first interface where you build all your forms and things like that. And of course, later on, you do have to connect to your data source. So for Power Apps to work as an application, there's actually two things you have to know, right? One is the front end, UI side, which is Power Apps. Sorry. And the other one is the back end side. Where do you save your data, right? Okay, good. So for a starter, as a new company or existing company that's on board O365, you see Power Apps. So the best way is to start what is available, what kind of app, what kind of function that Microsoft allows us to have, right? We start with that, and later on, we build more functions into it, right? We weave it into a complete system. So this is where Microsoft gives us the template. So when you see here, all templates, you guys can click into it, right? And then it will display another screen. The first one is start from blank. Obviously, we don't want to do that, right? We want to start from template. So as you scroll down, look for start from template section, and then they have a lot of various templates. You guys can go through it, read through it, see what information. But for today's purposes, we will start off with service desk. But do take note, yeah. When you select template, look for like either it's a Canvas app or it is a model-driven app, right? Again, the distinct differences is that model-driven app requires dynamic license, right? But with Canvas app, of course, you can use normal O365. So let's say, for example, I want to install a service desk app. Let me do that. First, it will go through with me a series of processes, which I will go through together with you guys. I will call it service desk for Robin. Again, format it's up to you whether it's table format and phone format. And the best part is that it's mobile friendly. So later on, you can straightaway use your phone, have your user, and start using it, right? So because today is a really, really short session, 45 minutes is actually very, very short. So I'm going to go through a lot, just highlighting on the key things that we should know that we can straightaway start to use it, right? Of course, later on, as you guys using it, you will have a lot of questions. And of course, we do welcome for all kind of questions later on. So we are at what we call Power App Studio. Right now, our app is ready, right, with the functionality that's built in. So great. So how do I use it? How do I enable my user to use it? So first thing, you need to save it, obviously. So what we need to do is go to File, and we need to save it. And let's say I want to change to a different color for my icon for this particular service desk, Robin, right? And then for the icon, maybe I want to change it to a different icon. I can easily download icons from the website, and then I will have my own personalized icon, right? Again, these are the small little tips that you guys can use. Of course, I wouldn't go too much into the screen size where you can change your screen. Again, you have the flexibility to use different various devices and other features that we are not covering today. So the next thing is to save it. Again, I'm saving it, I'm naming it as service desk Robin, and save it. Right. So once the app is ready, it's already saved. There are a few ways that you can share to your user, right? First thing is you can share it via your team. Teams are very, very popular nowadays. So how do we share it in Teams? Good question. So first, of course, I'm going to go to my Teams. I'm going to open another browser. and then I will go straight to my team. How do you share it? You go to your team's channel. In this case, for service desk, it's related to my IT department, right? So I'm going to save it into my IT department channel, right? So in general, what I'm going to do, which previously I already had one, but I want to show you how to do it. So I am going to remove my previous example. I remove it so I can show you how to do it. Yeah. So from here, from your team channel, you click on the plus sign, and then of course you can search for Power Apps, or you can just click into the icon, right? And from here, I would search for my app that I already saved earlier. Service Desk Robin, right? Again, Microsoft make it that it's a transition, it's a process, it's a planning where you can create it, compile it, and right now we are executing it. So save it. So this is again utilizing Teams where all your users can come in together and go to your particular channel, and all the user needs to create is click on the tab. Normally, they would be from the general tab, then they will click on service desk tab. Okay, now functionality-wise, so Microsoft make it so that these are some of the features, in this case service desk, that your organization might use it, or it could be part of the features that your organization might use it. In this case, service desk is as simple as when a user requests something, right? Then the help desk from your IT department would click create a new ticket. A few fields, you can add more fields if you like, or you can reduce if you like. Of course, here I would say created by Robin. Some of these fields you can make it automatically because you need a license, right, in order to access to Power Apps. Therefore, within your tenant, you already have your name there, so your name actually can be automatically populated. So priority, let's say it's a low priority. It's for IT department, and the subject is I need a new chair. Yes, a new chair. Yes, a new chair. Great. It can be anything, right? Your user can type anything. This is for my new office. Great, wonderful. And then all you need to do is create. Now again, this is the back-end side. So the scenario is in your company, a user is requesting somebody to your IT department, and your IT department needs to track it, needs to record it. So Power Apps allows you to create an interface. And this is a very simple interface. You have service desk, you have the wonderful dashboard. Of course, it's up to date, right? And then you have the different tickets categorized, right? You can easily see how many new tickets you have, the tickets being processed, and so forth. And then, of course, I want a new chair, and the next thing is I need to assign to somebody, right? So you can easily click on, this is a ticket status, let's say it's in progress, and assign it to one of my IT staff. And let's say it is Kevin, right? And every IT priority row is low, great, I save it, and great, that's it. So this is a functionality of service desk, right? So there will be people asking, so if I want to enhance it further, how would I do that? So this is great as part of Power Apps. Microsoft allows you to edit, and briefly I will show you again. We have to go back to Power Apps Studio. I will show you the component of it. So at least as to get started, right, using Power Apps. Power Apps is something very robust. You can do a lot of stuff into it. There's one of the questions, it says that Power Apps is a low code, no code. Means that it is meant for people like us, right? People that needed hands-on to use Power Apps to solve business processes, right? The low code, no code, there are certain places where you do need coding. So it's not like everything is drag and drop, right? So the first few screens that I'm going to show you is straightforward. All of this, just like PowerPoint, you can drag this and that, you can drag pictures, this and that. Now, the coding is where when you see up here, right, you will have a lot of action. So it's very similar like programming. You need action. So a lot of actions. With actions, you need to tell them what you need to do with this button, right? Or if you go to this screen, what you should need to do. So in this case, on select, when people click on this button, plus sign, it will tell the screen to navigate to a different place. In this case, it's actually to a different screen called Create New Ticket Page. If I were to scroll down on my right-hand side, you would see a screen called Create New Ticket Page. And if I were to click into it, you would see something very familiar, right? So very, very high level at this point. On the left-hand side is where your navigation is. So if I were to click further left, I can see, you know, the write-up. What is it about, right? It's a tree view, it's a this and that. I can hide it as well. Great. So this is what Microsoft is coming out, templates, wonderful, wonderful stuff to get you kickstart, to give you some idea how to use it and to build into it. Now, let me share with you how far you can go, what SRKK has been doing, right, to put some enhancement into this new ticket. So again, what I would do, if I were from the main screen, I would go to the Power Apps Studio. And of course, to come up to Power Apps Studio, I can easily start from my portal. Always use shortcuts. Whenever you have shortcuts from Microsoft, use it, right? You don't have to recreate a lot of stuff. So again, going back to Power Apps, this is where I store all my available that we have created, right? Again, this is same for our developers. We created all of this. I will go to my app. So I'm going to show you what we have done as far as the service there. And let me scroll down to here, service desk demo, and I'm going to click it. So this is what we have enhanced on this service desk. Again, it's a service desk, but now we make it so that users can log in themselves. Remember earlier what Microsoft has is that users have to call the IT desk, right? Dear Mr. Can I have this? Can you locate for me? This like that, right? But what we have done, of course, you guys can go ahead and create much more fancy features, and we would love to hear all these features from you guys. Is that we make it available, this app, so that users themselves can log in and request for the ticket. This is one enhancement. So we create a screen up here, and we have a login as user. Of course, we have login as administrator. So user is your staff. Administrator is the IT department, where they will see all their requests and they can act into it, right? So again, similarly, as a new user, I can create tickets, and see, so I will have my name automatically listed out. Again, this is something like, if you don't need to type it in, why not? Don't type it in. Let the system pull it for you. Lots of tips here. Request an email, contact number, and things like that. Again, all of these you can actually capture from your AD, right? So, so I'm a user. I'm a user right now, and I'm going to request for a new table. Okay, great. And this is for any departments. Again, you can specify what departments that you want, what kind of services. I'm just going to randomly choose one. Priority, I need it really quick because MCO is going to finish, hopefully. And I need to get back to my office. Right. Thanks. Okay, new table. Wonderful. And I can even attach if I want to, right, for the new table. So let me do that. Attach. Actually, I'm going to request for a new mouse because I have a mouse picture. I don't have a table picture. Okay, and let me do an attachment. So this is useful. Say, for example, like a user has something that is broken, right? and then they are using phones, they have their phones here, and then they have the app here, they can straight away snapshot, fill in the blanks, and then snapshot the particular problem before they send it to IT. Good, submit. So what other things that you guys can do for your app is to create an automated notification. For example, yes, a user already filled it in, and then it will be notified for approval, right? In this case, we do set up an approval. So once a user applies for it, automatically at the back end, the system will notify the approval. Normally, it's your head of department. See, I already have one. It just actually, so it's going to look something like this. And the best part about here is that you request approval to your manager, and then the manager will be able to approve right from your Outlook, from your email, which is excellent, actually, which saves a lot of time. Of course, your manager has the option to click into the link for that particular details if they want to. But in this case, I'm just going to approve and say, okay, go ahead, right, and submit. So this is one example of approval that you can do. Of course, you can even set more approval level, like let's say, hey, okay, HOD approved, then it's going to route to my, let's say, my procurement, right? Then the procurement will do further action. So, great, approved, and then my request has been approved by department head. Thank you. Of course, this automated generated email and things like that. Yeah, so my request is already approved. Now, let me log in as administrator because I need to assign this request to another one of my staff. So again, I'm making a lot of automation here, right? So I have a request for a new mouse, and then ticket status. This is a mouse picture, by the way, that I attached earlier. So yeah, nice mouse for GPad. So let me click it's in progress, and I would like to assign it to my staff called Milad, example, right? Again, as you can see, it's utilizing a lot of O365 functionality. I just typed some of the names, and then it should drop down all the relevant person. Really, really useful. And update. So what it does here is that it narrows down this case for certain people to act on it, and of course that person can log in and then address for it. So let me, so this is for my admin side. So let's say I am Milad, I'm Milad, yes, and then I would click into my portal, the dashboard side, right? And then I would have, again, I would have the request for the new mouse. And here I would act on it, solve the issue, and then I would update the progress. So let's say it's already done, it's already closed. Then I would just go ahead and hit close and update. So the process, what we have done is further enhanced now for the user side. Remember, right now, user can request for their own. That's number one. Then user also using their phone, when they request, they can straight away snapshot that particular issue. So again, you know, pictures worth more than words, right? So you snapping a picture can tell more story than writing. So picture is good. You snapshot, and then the user is able to see it at the IT site, and then they can go ahead and service it, right? So once it is completed, again, in our dashboard, very similar, we have all the numbers of cases. We can easily filter all of the cases that we have. And for the user side, first, they will be notified via email. And secondly, they can track it as they log in, right? So if they were to log in again earlier, just on request for mouse, it is closed. So if I were to go to my close tab, I would see it, request for mouse completed. It's being done. Right. Wonderful. So the next thing that what we have added here is audit and audit trail and what is happening. So in our audit trail, of course, you can easily select those the relevant ticket history, and you can see all the history that is happening for this particular transaction, or this particular issue. So Power Apps allows you to create a lot of business processes, and Microsoft is just the starting point. Template is just the starting point, right? You have it, you start it, then you evolve with that. And SRKK has been doing this for a lot of our customers since when Power App started 3 years ago, right? We already have customer, helping customer, onboard customer, and hand-holding customers through their journey of Power Apps. Okay, great. Let me see. The rest is pretty standard. You have the navigation here, the dashboard, login, logout. Okay, of course, obviously you can even search, right? And then you have your pictures and things like that. So now, let's say, how do we do it? I do have a little bit time left. I want to give you a peek preview of our code side. So it's not like it's not like it's really very complicated. Microsoft did it so that it is organized. It's a matter of processing it and adding a lot of screens. So again, as a kickstart, we definitely want you guys to go ahead, try the template, right? Add features. You have new brilliant ideas, just get back to us. We are definitely here to help as well. So again, back to Power App Studio, everything starts from App Studio, right? All the coding. You create it, you create your script, and then you compile it, then you share it. And sharing nowadays is so easy as we all use Teams, so we would put it inside Teams. So here you can see, this is our first screen, right? Again, using Power App Studio, you can see the mechanic behind it. You have the first screen, and then I have so many screens after that. So if I were to click a button here, again, it's partially drag and drop, which is nice. Of course, you will also need to do coding. You have to put it where it should go next. So this is where, as you can see here, each section is one screen, right? And from each screen, it will be customized. You will put the right UI. You try to maximize the whole page, right? Again, this is real estate space in your phone. Very, very valuable. You don't want to put too many empty spaces. Then you're going to lose a lot of things, right? Try to organize it properly, right? Using all the available functionality. Yeah, good stuff. Okay, great. I do hope you guys enjoy a very quick session. Again, the time is really, really short. To showcase what Power Apps can do from the template what Microsoft have available, and then what other things potentially that you can add into it. Do raise a lot of questions. I'm going to answer all of those questions in our next 15 minutes, as well as our team with our next 15 minutes. But let me go through Jonathan one first. First one is I would like to share a few recurring. Okay, can I upload preview into the App Store for deployment? Now, Power Apps comes with O365. So O365, you need to have a license, right, in order to access it. Now, so it is not for public. It's not like you create a compile on Power Apps and then you want all your anonymous public to access. No, right? So yeah, you definitely need a license for that. Can I, what level of skill needed? So as I can show it, just now I show it to you. So the process is step by step, right? The journey is there. To start with an easy app, go ahead and do it. But as you add more things to it, There's a lot of resources out there, and one of it is SRKK. Hey, we are here. And the third one, known for low code, no code. So as you can see, it's drag and drop. Everything you can see here, insert. You can insert forms, right? You can insert media. You can insert input type, button, text, things like that. So it's drag and drop, right? But then to tell those things what you need to do next, So the formula is very, very close to Excel. So if you guys are very familiar with Excel formula, hey, you are pretty much like 80% there, right? So yeah, let me see what else. Deploy production ready, yes. As you can see here, you can easily like compile it, share it, post it to Teams, and ask your user to use it. Full access to my development site application. Once you share it, you can, let me show you real quick. You can share user to use it. Example, let me share it. There's two ways of mode that you can share. One is share it as owner. Of course, you can share individually to a user. Again, it's based on your policy who you want to share it. Let's say if I want to share to everyone. Now, do I want to make it as a user or as a co-owner, right? So it's something that based on your policy, what you want to do. And what I would suggest, again, Power Apps is there. There are many, many ways to govern who can create, how to track those Power Apps. Let's say you have 10 different departments. Everybody is creating departments. IT people will be like, pulling their hair how to govern it. So there are tools available. There are best practices to govern Power Apps creation. How about improve my productivity? And as you can see here, definitely can improve in many, many ways in terms of your time spent on it, in terms of on your user side to create a ticket. It really, really helps. Okay, great. Let me see what else. And then, of course, my team will help us to answer this question as well. Licensing, okay, great, wonderful. Email user will exchange online assignment, can log in as user to submit service tickets. Now, so with O365, one of the components you must have is Power Apps, right? Power Apps has its own components. So if you have like the business tool, SKU, you already have Power Apps. So we have to take a look at Exchange Online Plan 1. So does it have the Power Apps components or not, right? If you have it, then go ahead. Why I create by you can't auto pick by name. So again, Microsoft, the template, when the template comes, is what Microsoft wants to give is a taste of some of the features that the app can help you towards your business processes. It's not the final product. Of course, the final product means like final product fit into your organization. This is a question by Nazrin. So very, very good. So that means you might want to add more features in what is already there to fit into your company. That is including like automatically put in name, right? Because it's already in AD. So why do the replicate work? Yeah, but good question. Business Essential, I believe Business Essential has Power Apps. Just now you show that you compile this from Jihan. Jihan, hi Jihan. And share the app in Teams. Is there any other way to share our users out? Definitely a good question, Jihan. So you can give them the URL. Is straightforward. So how do we get the URL? Is if I can just close this screen, this card. Yes, I want to get it out. And because we don't have time, it's already 11:42. Okay, then my team will scream at me. Okay, so go back to your app, right? We need the URL. So let's say it's a service desk demo. What you need to do is go to the details, and then you see the web link here, right? Just copy the web link, email it to your friends you want to share. You can post it to your website, intranet. It's up to you. But do know that whoever clicks into it must have permission. Now again, in the beginning, I said there's two things you must have. One is, of course, license Power Apps. The other one is the data source, right? So let me show you real quick the data source side. If you give me just a few more minutes, then I'll hand back to Patrick. Sorry, Patrick. Yeah.
Customers to build their SharePoint intranets or even like any Power Apps that to match with their business process or some form of workflow that we build for them. And of course, we do provide also electronic signatures. And during this time is like a high demand products whereby people are moving to a digitals, and e-signature will be a good one. We have a DocuSign partners who working on these e-signatures to integrate with Office 365. Yeah, so that's some reference for you to just take a look. And yeah, if you have any questions, any further questions, or you would like to just engage with our service for consultations or development, so feel free to do so by contacting our sales specialist, either myself or Patrick. So I will be based in the Klang Valley or Kuala Lumpur, or even for Shafiru will be basically based in the Johor, in the JB. So if those who are from JB companies, you can basically reach out to Shah, or from Klang Valley, you can reach out to me myself. So I'll just engage you with our consultant. So to discuss further on your process, or yeah. So do like us and follow us on Facebook, YouTube, or LinkedIn. Yeah.